everybody to Pour It Up, Spark It Up, take 3. We've had some issues.
Just a little.
We've already sparked up, of course. We have poured up margaritas. It's a new beginnings again. Third time's a charm, though.
Yes, definitely.
Before we get into today, I'm going to give a shout out to Spillidge. Subscribe to the channel. It'll be down in the description. Swag You Inc. The owner is Keisha Graham. Shouts out Keisha. She has some really dope products. Please check her out. She has stuff new every day, and she supports other businesses. So please check her out. Also, our charity is the Domestic Violence Project Inc., and that is located locally.
Yes.
I have
located on Spring Avenue, Canton, Ohio.
Okay, and so far you've raised $250.
Yes, I have.
Thank you. That is really dope. I have a number. It's 330-453-SAFE. They're open 24 hours. And this is, I'm guessing, an organization you've worked with closely.
I have. I've done counseling through them also. Me and my children both.
Okay.
So, and they're great. They're great people. They even have, a donation room for clothes, shoes, canned foods. If, they needed to have shelters for women that don't have anywhere to go. And the children, they helped me out a lot through my issues. Helped me and my kids all get through a hard time. We're still going through it, still to this day. But we gotta restart this shit. Restart. Every day helps. Every extra person helps to help support you get through it, because it's not easy. I'm still not the same person I was after abuse, so, but I'm getting back there slowly, but I'm doing it because I want women to be aware of what the signs are of abuse, so you can stop it before it even starts, because once it starts, and sometimes it won't stop, and sometimes it might go too far, and you are no longer here, and your children are without a mother. So I want people to be aware, so we can reduce the abuse. So please donate. Domestic Violence Project.
So Crystal and I went to high school together, and
yes,
she actually reached out to me.
She's actually one of the first people I met when I moved to, yes.
We lived down the street from each other. We hung out a lot in high school. And then, things happen as you get older, you go apart, and then we've actually been living in the same town the whole time, and we've been in 2 different worlds. I've been in SL world, and she's been in real world. But today she wants to talk to us and tell us just a little bit of her story about domestic violence. I have no experience with that. I guess I could say I'm blessed in that every partner, every person I've been with, I've had some narcissists, but I haven't had any, physical or abuse in that nature at all. So maybe some mental with the narcissist. I think you get that anyways with the narcissist. You get that mental abuse. You get that mental chain, but not the physical aspect. So tell us some signs. Let's start with that. Tell us some signs.
Some signs are, when they start saying, where are you going? When you're going to be back? They start questioning you about, your whereabouts. That's one. Try to change how you dress. Try to keep you from your closest friends, family. Start degrading you, talking down on you, like, dang, you gained some weight, or, making you believe that you cannot do for yourself. You know, those are pretty good ones. It's just, you should know. You really should know, but it's hard with them because they could seem like they are the greatest thing that's ever happened to you, and that, oh man, I finally have somebody that, you know, is gonna love me for me and accept my children,
right.
and, be a good father to them, and build together, you know,
or a
and
good
be
mother.
happy, and yes, yes, definitely that too.
So this abuse is happening.
So you could be in the
a relationship.
happiest, you could be the happiest person in the world, and just one day, everything can change just like that. It happened to me within, I want to say, 3 to 6 months into the relationship.
What did it start with for you? Like, what was that when you
It
started to
was,
really notice
you know,
it?
if I missed a phone call from him, why didn't you answer the phone? Oh, because I was downstairs switching the laundry over, you know, and
Right.
it could have been, you know, one missed phone call within 10, 15 seconds, you know. I could have been on the phone getting ready to answer, but it already went to voicemail.
Right.
So, that was one of them. That's how one of them started. I'm just thinking, well, you know,
So she's just
afraid to
little
lose
things.
me, you know, because I am a good person, and, you know.
Do you think that's what it was? Do you think that overall was the abuse, was he didn't want to lose you?
Yes.
Or did he just,
I think so.
did he cheat or anything?
You know, I want to say he did. I never found out that he had cheated. But there's been times where, you know, he's been gone for hours upon hours, you know, not answering his phone.
Right, of course, of course.
But I couldn't say anything. I could, but, you know.
It was going to be a fight and
Yes.
you would get beat, so why say anything?
Exactly. But that's way further on down. So at the beginning, it just, you know, it was always, that was another thing. Oh, were you with somebody else?
Oh, it's accusing you?
Yes. Oh, are you with somebody else? Is that why you're not answering your phone?
Okay.
That one.
When did the, like, physical abuse start? Like, how far would you say you were in the relationship when the physical...
It was probably, it was a little over a year.
Okay,
Yeah,
it took a while to build up.
Yes, but there was already some, you know, a lot of mental.
Right.
It just like I said, like I would go to the grocery store, leave, give him a kiss goodbye, be in the grocery store. It's only 5 minutes down the street for 10, 15 minutes. Where are you at? What's taking so long? And I'm feeding him, myself, and a family, or 3 boys, you know, and we're on the way. So, like, I'm gonna be a minute. And so, yeah, that's another thing. It shouldn't take you this long to go to the grocery store, or, you know, it was, when you see them trying to control you, you know, bottom line, that is a big sign. There's just so many, like, I don't even know where to begin.
So, like, okay,
The physical abuse
let's
started when I started seeing the signs.
Okay.
You know, where, like, because anybody knows me, Shamaya already knows, you know what I mean? I was a happy-go-lucky person. I loved
She took
everybody.
no shit, though. Crystal was the no shit
but
taker.
again, I gave no fucks.
At all.
At all. You know.
Said what you wanted, did what you wanted. Be smoking in the school bathroom.
Until I had children. It all changed.
I told on her.
Hey, it's okay. I guess it's good I got out of my system when I was younger.
True.
That's a good excuse. But yes, I had no cares in the world. You know, I was a free spirit, free person, free to go and do whatever, and have beautiful family and friends around me all the time that really love me and my children, you know. So that all ended. You know, and the love for me did not end, and the love for them did not end. It got blocked.
Right.
It got blocked from him because he seen my happiness with him. He wanted me off for him. He was jealous. I mean, this is what part of the narcissist thing.
So he wouldn't even let you see your family?
Like, he would, but it was always a problem if I was gone too long, or, you know, it was like, it got to the point to where I was like, I wanted to be back because I wanted to save that headache. I didn't want to be up all night arguing about me going to see my family or my best friend at that. You know, I've had a best friend since middle school, still to this day, and I couldn't even be friends with her.
That is so crazy.
And it had a lot to do with racism also. That's a whole nother, you know what I mean? It does come into the equation. It really does. Because my first 3 children are biracial. You know, at first I didn't see it. Probably he taught my 6-month-old how to walk. You know what I mean? So it was like, dang, his own daddy, and, you know, wouldn't even do that. You know what I mean? So he was a good person, and also has a lot to do with the way they were brought up, being introduced to drugs and alcohol at a very early age. Addiction will trigger it automatically. Especially when you don't, you know, when they coming off of something that's mostly what our issues.
People coming off of my brother was
he hid it for a long time though. You know what I mean? I knew we drank together, we smoked together. You know what I mean?
But you never noticed, like, in like the bills or anything. Like, why is this not getting paid?
No, because he always had money. He always had a job. You know, and that's another reason why I connected with him. Like, oh damn, he's a real man. You know what I'm saying? He's working 2 jobs.
Right.
You know, and taking care of home. And taking care of me and 3 kids that aren't even his.
Right.
You know, I never had that in my life.
right. So that was like, oh shit, bonus. Right. But it came with this.
It came
with the abuse.
Yes. He thought because he was the man of the house and he was the breadwinner that he controlled me and my life and my household and everything.
So tell me, what was like the worst, not in detail, but like the worst, you could say, like, altercation, like...
I can't, there's a couple, you know what I mean? There was a time where I know he was struggling with addiction and I tried to help him. I had helped put him in crisis center. That didn't work very well, but I helped him go through relapse. I've helped him get off of heroin, you know, through all the cold sweats, puking, all that. I did that even though he beat my ass the day before.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how DP had me brainwashed. Like, that's what I'm saying. Please, you guys, please watch out for the signs. Nip that shit in the butt. Literally set boundaries. If they cannot accept them boundaries, you might as well just walk away. You know, best of luck to you, but bye. You know, but I'm going to give you a few worse ones. One was he had just come home from like a 3 to 5 day binge off a mess. Coming down, I'm asleep. I gotta work in the morning. All my kids are in bed. Our room was in the basement at the time. He came downstairs and woke me up with a knife to my neck.
Oh my God.
Talking about, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Like, it didn't even look like him. You know what I mean? Like, you could look in his eyes. And
I know you were,
it
like,
was
terrified.
I was.
Like, what?
Because for one, my guard was already up, Right. You know, because at this time with all the abuse, I have already hit his ass back.
Right.
He has went into work with black fucking eyes.
Right.
And things like that. So, but I was tired. I didn't want to fight no more.
Right.
You know, I just want to be done. So, his nephew was upstairs. And I'm like, Jason, come and get your uncle, man. He's got a knife up to my neck. My kids is upstairs. They're hearing all of this. He stood up at the top of the landing and did nothing. He was like, Uncle, come upstairs, get off of her. I mean, like, that's how scared he was of him. You know what I mean? So, that's one of them. Another one was, my son, he was probably about 18 months old. And me and him were on bad terms. Like, real bad terms. I'm sorry I'm taking so long to, you know what I mean, talk. It's like, it's been years.
Good. Take your time.
You know what I mean? I've even talked about, don't even want to think about the shit anymore. You know what I mean? That's past, but I want y'all to be aware. So, he got up one morning, made me a pot of coffee before I went to work. Excuse me. Made a pot of coffee before I went to work. He was already gone to work. I was running late, so I had poured me a cup of coffee. Sat it down on the table, went in, finished doing my makeup, my hair and stuff in the bathroom. I come out, and I've only drank like half the cup. Come back out. Gage, my son, excuse me, I should not have said his name, but it's all right. He's got the cup in his hand. He's, you know, drinking it. I got him real quick. You know, it literally just took a sip because there wasn't that much gone. So I'm like, man, give me that. I should have known better not to put it on the coffee table. So I drop him off at daycare. I go to work. I'm at McDonald's and I'm just zooming. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this McCafe is hitting me today.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What's going on? And it was a short shift. It was only like a 4-hour shift. Like, I ended up getting sent home early because we were dead. So I'm on my way home. I get a phone call from the daycare saying that my son cannot hold still. He cannot hold still. His pupils are dilated. He's itching himself. He keeps repeating himself. And I'm like, I'm on my way. You know, I was already halfway there. So, like, I sped down the highway, like, got there, went in, looked at him, fell to my knees, and cried. Oh, my God, what is wrong with my baby? Again, remember I'm telling you, he's struggling with this addiction. It was between heroin and meth at the time, all right? That's the first thing I did. Of course, CPS got involved because they knew my son was high off of something. Now I know why I was so uppity at work. I knew the McCafe wasn't that strong. It's not like I took a double shot of espresso. So, I called his dad. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me and my son? You know what I mean? Why is my son, did you leave something laying around and get a hold of something? What? He paused. He's like, what's wrong with him? And then he said, that's what I knew. That's how I knew. He said, did you have coffee? Did you have any of that coffee I made for you this morning?
What the fuck?
He put methamphetamine in the filter of my coffee. He drugged me.
Holy shit.
And drugged my son. Not even thinking, just so I wouldn't leave him. I don't do shit like that. I am a smoker.
Fucking crazy.
And I am a sipper. If I choose to do anything else, I choose to do it. You don't make that choice for me. So, that was the worst because now my son's involved. You could have killed him. He was up for over 12 hours straight. Non-stop moving, non-stop itching, non-stop talking. Not even 2-year-old son is geeked out right now. I'm telling you, don't do it. You can try to help somebody to a certain extent, but they're not gonna do it until they're ready to do it on their own. Don't put yourself so low to have to go through that and risk yourself and your children or any loved one through that. Another one, the last straw was that was the last straw. He went to jail.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? For a while.
So what happened when he got out though?
When he got out, he came for me. I had a civil protection order and all that. He came, opened my door, came in the middle of the fucking night.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Got on top of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
And put his hands on my shoulder like this, like I'm not laying down. He's in my face like this. Like, what can they do to you before they get to you? Or, yeah, it was what can I do to you before they get to you?
He was gonna kill you.
Yeah.
He was gonna fucking kill you.
So that whole weekend, he took my phone. He locked me and the kids in the house.
What the He held you hostage?
He held me hostage.
What the fuck happened?
Everything. I was raped. With a knife to me. I was told what to do. That was it. It was all weekend because he's binging off meth. You know what I mean? Anytime I would try to leave, he would grab me up by my hair. But you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. My forehead. It's been rough. So the last straw was the last night he was there, and I ended it all. Was when he would let me sleep every time I would fall asleep. Like, I've been up with him, sober, for the whole weekend, all Friday, all Saturday. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going into Sunday morning. I'm like dozing off. Every time I doze off, he splashed water on me. He smacked me across the face. I bet you ain't going to sleep. I ain't done with you yet.
Oh my God.
Last straw was, I said, you know what? Fucking do what the fuck you're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just do it already. Like, I don't care. Just don't hurt my fucking kids. I just want to be done. So I gave in. I just totally shut my whole self down.
In survival mode.
And obeyed everything he said to make him think that things were okay, you know? He ended up leaving. He was gonna go donate plasma or something. Mind you, I still got my phone, and he's got my car and my keys. So he leaves. As soon as I heard that car leave out that driveway, I ran upstairs, told my kids they got 5 minutes to get their shit together, and we out. I got them all together. We ran up the street, went to the gas station, called my family, hid behind the building, and left. But guess what? He came back By the time we got up the street to that gas station and got around the back of it, he was already back to the house. Damn. Blowing. Like, I did have a phone. I had like, you know what I mean? Like a little cheap Obama phone or whatever. That he didn't even know about. So I had my girlfriend calling me like, Max is looking for you. And like I said, this is 5-10 minutes after I left the house. Max is looking for you. My dad said he came up to the house and he's got a burner on the passenger seat looking for you. So I went somewhere where I was safe. And then I ended up going to the sheriff's office. I don't give a fuck. No one deserves it. I don't care.
That's a lot.
So if people that do know me and really don't know my story, you know what I mean? That is the reason why I am the way I am now. I'm a whole totally different person, and still to this day, after 12 years, I'm still trying to get back to the person I was before all that. So just don't do it. You know what I mean? You see them signs, stop while you're ahead. Because I never had no mental health issues ever in my life. You know what I mean? I was fine. And now, like, everything's changed. Everything's changed. I can't even have a relationship. I can't even put my guard down to anybody. It's hard. I'm still building relationships with friends that I had completely blocked out of my life over a man that controlled my life.
Right.
You know, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Because not everybody's gonna stay, but the real ones do. You know what I mean? Regardless, no matter how long it's been, how much of a struggle it's been, whatever, like, you know who the real ones are. You know, and that definitely wasn't it.
Right.
And it's just better, it's for your mental health, children's mental health. Like, my kids, they're still struggling. They have anger issues because of the abuse that they've seen their mother go through.
Right.
You know, he didn't really abuse them. He was a good person deep down. You know what I mean? I do give him that. And he did provide for my children and did guide him when he was sober. You know what I mean?
Right. When he could do it.
When he could. Right. But, like, it was for the wrong reasons, you know. And now he's in a better place too. You don't have to deal with addiction no more. You know, you don't have to deal with the hurt no more. And I don't either.
Right.
You know?
You're free.
I'm free. Rest in heaven, I forgive everybody, but damn.
What are you going to do with your freedom? That's the question. That's the question now.
Yes.
What are you going to do with your freedom? What are you going to do with this second chance that you've been granted in your life?
Lately, I have been mainly focusing on my children and making sure they're where they need to be. Like my oldest son, he wasn't getting good grades. He got expelled the last half of the year because of the anger issues. You know, we did go to counseling through Domestic Violence Project. We did, and it helped so much, but I did not follow through. Please, if you do, you know, I'm still, to this day, still gonna go back, especially when I go donate all this stuff I got. And get back in there, you know, and hopefully my kids do too, because like I said, they do have anger issues, and it has a lot to do with, you know, the past. And I don't want it to be like that, you know? I don't, there's no hate or anger in my body. So, it's just hard. It's a struggle every day. Like I said, I can't trust nobody. I sometimes are on the defensive mode just because I was stuck in that defensive mode for so long.
Right.
So yeah. Just trust me. Just look at the signs. Make boundaries off rip. You know what I mean? And like I said, if they can't set them boundaries and follow through with them,
let them go.
Yeah.
It's just time, especially now in our lives with everything else going on.
Yes.
It's just time to let old shit go.
It really is.
It's time to let it go.
But for the future, I'm starting my bucket list now. Things, you know, with me being a single mother, for like all my time, energy went to them.
Right.
And working and being able to provide for them. So now that they're all older, you know, and I am 40, I can't stress this enough. 30 wasn't nothing, just wait. I'm thinking more about my health, my body.
Right.
You know,
as you guys know, my favorite thing to do, health and body and mental and my spirit and my soul. And
And we were just talking about this earlier too, about, you know, when we were younger in high school, we used to work out every Tuesday and Thursdays after school. And it was a daily, weekly routine that we did. She quit on me. And I'm like, I don't want to go by myself with all these different people.
But I picked it back up late in the 40s.
But yes, and that's the thing.
And I go every day.
So when I did catch back up with Shemaya and seeing her running or walking, you know, doing her morning thing, it brought back a lot of memories. Like, dang, we used to do that back in school. And I felt so much healthier, more like I'm free. You know, I could breathe better because, man, I smoke.
Yeah.
I smoke. So I would wake up, my chest be hurting.
You be like,
I'd be afraid now.
Them steps at the Monument Park, look, I'd be like,
Steps are no joke. I do steps at the house.
I'd be done.
And you know, yes, it's just more health. Watching what I eat, you know, drink. I've been drinking a lot more fruity, like natural fruits, waters, lemon water. Especially in the summertime.
I don't like water.
Whatever, Miss, I used to drink vinegar.
Why you gotta tell these people that? They're gonna have all the business.
It's okay.
I'm just messing.
No, but it seriously, I struggled with my weight, you know, after all that stuff and because I was very depressed, you know what I mean? So I had to think of different ways to, especially having 4 kids,
right.
You know, that was hard too. But
I don't got Beyonce money.
I ended up just, you know what I mean, starting to focus, keep myself busy, you know, instead of, you know, coming home working, you know, doing your little chores, cooking, and then sitting on your ass and watching TV for the rest of the night, you know.
Right.
I would start doing more. I would start watching my portions helped. You know what I mean? As far as when you eat your meals, like instead of like stacks on stacks and plates and plates, you know what I mean? Eat till you're satisfied.
I do a small plate.
Cover it up, save it for your next meal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's how I lost a lot of my weight. I quit drinking soda. That helped a lot too. Coffee. Man, I tried with it.
The what?
Coffee. I struggled.
I love me some coffee. Black, 3 sugars.
See, the only way I'll drink it, I remember you talking about that. I will drink it black, but that's if I'm out of cream and sugar.
You said I'm out of cream and sugar. Like, oh, okay. So you said you ain't drinking it, period, because you probably never out of cream or sugar.
No, there's been days where the struggle's been
real. I'm like, damn, I had that before. Like, fuck, I gotta go to the gas. I'm gonna go to the gas station.
Use the rest of the sugar for the cooling.
Right, like I need some sugar. I need some cream. Like, damn. But I do it because my tummy.
But I did stop. Like, I watched how much. You know, like how like when you first started drinking coffee and you like pour like like a half a cup of creamer in there and like a cup of sugar in there.
You don't realize the creamer is actually sweet.
I watch my portions, you know, and I weaned myself off. Now it's like if I have a big, you know, travel mug or whatever, I'll only put 2. But I used to put like 10, 12.
I do that too.
You know what I mean? Just to give it a little bit different you know, taste. And just a little drop of...
I'll be like, you don't even need any sugar with cream because the cream is sweet. I never knew the cream was sweet because I always put so much damn sugar in it.
Right.
That the cream, I never tasted the cream. It was just sugar and milky water. What the fuck? Like, now I can actually taste the coffee because I don't even use cream. Like,
but you know what? I
this
heard
is what
that
coffee tastes like.
It's better for you to drink it black. I have heard.
I feel fantastic, mind you.
And you don't really need to drink that much of it for you to actually get you awake.
Yeah.
And focus.
But see,
Instead of
even
having to drink a pot of coffee, you know, before you can actually get yourself motivated and ready to go. Yeah, I heard, and it has to me too. I think I drank a cup this morning.
Oh no, it's still sitting fast. I'm like, oh no, the cup is still sitting there. Like, it's still ready to go. I forgot to.
A Keurig.
Because we just had margaritas.
It's just me now. I'm the only one in the house who drinks coffee, so I don't need.
You need one of those fancy. They make the new sleek ones. My ex had one. It was a fancy sleek. You can do like one cup. It's real cool.
Oh.
It's kind of expensive, but it's nice. I have this old fashioned one here that still I have to like wind up on the side. Like, I got like the old Keurig. If anybody wants to buy me one, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook or give me my address. I accept gifts. But we're gonna close out. For Pour It Up, Spark It Up, I want to send a shout out to Lisa. She's an old friend from Second Life. She's in the hospital, sending out much love. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, look for the signs. Just be aware of your environment. Look for the signs. Get some help. After all of that, the aftercare is get some help for you and your kids. Even if it's you don't want to go to somebody, if just having a friend you can talk to, having somebody that you can talk to.
Right. Because like I said, I still struggle every day. And
right.
Been years.
And it's not something that's going to go away overnight because it didn't happen overnight. So give yourself a break. Be patient. Anybody that's in a situation and you're still being abused, give yourself a break and be patient and do the best that you can. Every day work at trying to get out and get some help. Set up your plan. Crystal, you had a plan.
I did.
You had a plan. Sometimes it's a matter of, like she said, you know, playing that sneaky cat and letting him believe that he's in full control so that he trusts you enough for you to get away. There's a video that's been aired before on I think YouTube or so. There was a female and she went to her, he trusted her enough to take her to the vet. He had been beating her and took her and the dog to the vet and she was able to get help. So she had a plan, you know, it's simple things like that.